SMCI stock finished yesterday's trading session, that is yesterday, the 13th of February 2025, with a gain of around 6%. So, what we can see here on this daily chart is that we can see that the interaction of the extrapolation of its 10 and 21 period moving averages is expecting that the stock will move sideways and come and trade within the wedge that they are forming. But market participants are defiant. They are not allowing that to happen. It pulled back slightly and then it has pivoted from there. And it seems there's a good chance it might surpass this resistance. This resistance, there's a couple of resistance that's just around between 44.43 and 44.43 and 43. So it's there's a resistance there. It's just been as you can see, you can clearly see it's been there since the 9th of February. If it surpasses that, then there's a good chance we will be looking at $48. That's what we completed some days ago, $48, and I think also $53 or thereabout, $48, yeah, and higher. So $48 will be somewhere around here. That would also mean that this sort of resistance as well of the 29th of October may also be broken through. And then we'll be talking about these negative projections of 51.12, 53.45, even probably beginning to even break through it's now declining 200-day moving average. Before now, this stock was the most poster child of the AI push. And well, you could also blame them for not keeping their books in good shape. I think they were concentrating very well, strictly or a lot on their technological prowess. But not really making sure that their homework is done. There are sharks out there, and we've seen that they have been able to take on them, and so, but amid all of these things, the regulatory issues we all know very well. The 25th of February is the D Day, is the main day. That is the day everybody is looking out for. And I believe that there's a good chance they will be able to, comply with their listing requirements and disclose all their 10K disclosure. So we can even see that's all the news that's really going on out there now. So you can see this is what they're talking about amongst other things as well. This at 25th February 25th deadline. So amongst other things that's been noted out here. SMCI is indeed very, very key to NVIDIA. You can see that providing servers. NVIDIA is, I think SMCI or Supermicro is NVIDIA's probably top supplier of servers. It's the reason why all this money that's coming in into SMCI. Much of that is because of NVIDIA, and it's been able to provide servers for the Blackwell B2 chips, B200 chips. So, and they're saying that this February 25th deadline is really, really key. It could also be a make or break event. Make or break event. So, and some analysts have actually said that maybe Nvidia may be forced to do its due diligence if it doesn't come through with the disclosure. And but at the same time, on the same vein, if it succeeds to do so, then other chip makers like AMD and AMD and probably Intel, they might decide to take them up, and that would lend its support to this $40 billion sales in 2026. So um, to show you the resilience and the determination of market participants, they are not even faced by the fact that they slashed their estimates, their guidance for this year, 2025. They are, looking beyond that. They are looking at, scaling this regulatory hurdle that is the disclosure of its 10K as of come 25th of February. And then because they're looking at these sort of things as well. When they do that, more doors will be opened for them. So, but also another interesting thing here is that they just recently, you can see that, but I don't know if you missed that. Say, meanwhile, Supermicro is shaking up its balance sheet with a $700 million convertible notes offering alongside tweaks to its existing 1.725 billion convertible notes due 2029. Okay, so we know that these convertible notes, they can be. This is what happens when market participants hold them. I mean, this is what happens when stocks hold them, and this is also what's going on right now. It's not only short sellers. Well, indeed, it's that we have to also know that it is also because of hedge funds. So hedge funds, this is what they do, and they are also definitely involved in. They have to definitely be involved in SMCI, in SMCI's convertible notes. So what we have here is that they surely this is what they do, without any doubt. They trade convertible bonds. Um, they do an arbitrage, a convertible bond arbitrage, which involves simultaneously buying a convertible bond. They have surely done that, without any doubt, because it's where's the money going to come from? They're usually the ones that do that, provide the funds, and they buy a convertible bond and then selling short down the line company's stock, aiming to profit from any price discrepancy between the two securities, essentially creating a market neutral position where the fund can benefit regardless of whether the stock price goes up or down. The strategy capitalizes on the optionality embedded within the convertible bond. So when they buy the convertible bonds, it also comes with an option as well. I think a call option or something like that. Yeah, a call option, yes. Yeah, a call option, yes. I think that, yes, yes, yes. They do that. So you can see they are selling short the stock, and then they have a call option. They call, so if things go bad, then they can they can. I mean, they're holding they're holding the short. They're selling the stocks short, and they have call options. So you do the maths. If things go wrong, then they can redeem their calls. So this is what's going on. So we know what this has done to MSTR stock. It is probably one of the reasons why the stock keeps going up, because short sellers are there and they're forced to buy back and all that stuff. So it could also change things. It could get the stock quite explosive as well. But maybe not as much as it did on MSTR, but it's important that we know that it's something that is out there that can add flames, add more fuel to a possible spike in prices. Because we have seen that short selling is involved, and then there's also calls involved. So this all of these things will even bring and you know very well how these things happen. You probably know. It will bring market makers in, and then on a given day, the stock could explode. So unfortunately, I really don't think it's not that sort of I wouldn't say SMCI is a meme stock. It's not really a meme stock. It's not. It hasn't really come to that stage. I don't think so. But it's good that we know some of these things that's going on. This the 25 February 25 deadline, this convertible notes, and what hedge funds do with them and all that stuff. Arbitraging and stuff like that. So yeah, and then and indeed the prospect of signing up more chip makers like AMD and probably Intel and a lot more as well, AVGO as well. So so more on the upper projections. Let's have a look at its 4-hour chart and see what we have. This is the early hours of today, the 14th of February. Okay, so now we have upper projections. Now we do. We have 49. So this is exactly 48.4. This is that projection I'm talking about. You can see that 48.84, and then we have 50. Yes, I mentioned 53, and we have here 55.54, and then here we have a 60.41. So it will if it breaks above 41, $44, surely 49, $48 would surely definitely will be in play, and also giving the prospects, the prospects of a huge short covering rally that might ensue, because short sellers, just regular short sellers, hedge funds, market makers, you know they could a huge short rally could do things on the stock. So Yeah, we can. I think we've seen pretty decent amount of other projections here. Let's see whether we can see any more interesting projections. Let's have a look at its 3 hour chart and see. Um, yeah, there are projections here all the way towards. Let's see whether we can see it. Okay, okay, we have all the way. This is okay. We have it here 60. That's one. And we have 60.16 dollars. Yeah, so let's have a look at a few more indicators. Let's see. Let's see. It's We're going to have a look at the. Let's go down to the daily chart and see what we have. Let's see on the daily chart. We want to have a look at the price pressure momentum one. Let's see whether. Yeah. Okay. So price pressure momentum one. Okay. It's an agreement with the. It's an agreement with the 10 period moving average that momentum might begin to tape off by come the day after, come Tuesday, they come Wednesday, the 26th of February. What does that mean? Could that be that it's implying that yeah, something might happen on that day or what, But that's what we're looking at. Turns out to be the day after turns out to be the day after that, the day after 25th of February. So this is 24th. It's okay. Friday the 21st. It's looking that it's going to. That's probably that it's speculating that that will be the right around the peak of this volatility, and might begin to tape off by Tuesday the 25th. Okay, so who knows? We hope they succeed in providing this disclosure. So the essence of having a look at this price pressure momentum is just to see whether it validates what we have here. So it validates that yes, that the pressure might the price contraction might come in. So momentum might also cool off. But I don't think it's not such that we're going to have. It's not projecting that we're going to decline below it's we're going to decline below this main line. This is its extrapolation, and it's not indicating that we're going to decline below it. But it's just momentum will cool off. I don't think that's out of place. But it's also good to know to be aware of that. It's also good to that we are aware that it's indicating that momentum might cool off a day afterwards. But even on that day as well, it's speculating. But it doesn't know the future more than we do. So just have a look and see what you make of SMCI stock. And thank you very much for watching this video.